Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is Kyle and Drew with your sneak peek at next week, episode number 486 for comics originally coming out on December the 5th, 2018. Drew, 2018 is almost gone. We are on the very last month. But before Drew and myself get into what's coming out in your local comic book shops, Drew, we on fire. We've been asking our wonderful listeners to please rate and review us on iTunes. And Drew, we've got 2 more this week.
Fantastic.
All right. Let's start with the most recent one. We've got one entitled Top Marks, and that comes from Heinz 789. My favorite ketchup and stadium, might I add, as well. Not just entertaining and enjoyable, but also very informative. Thanks for keeping me up to date on the spec market. And that's 5 stars from Heinz 789. Then we have one from Blue Bullet 2001. It says, fun show for new, old, and lapsed collectors. If you enjoy being a Wednesday warrior or on top of the latest comics, give Kyle and Drew a listen. Kyle and Drew put out a roughly 1-hour show for your listening pleasure every Saturday. For me, it's a must listen, and I look forward to it every weekend. I enjoy their walkthrough of the FOC and week ahead previews. In addition, both hosts pick a book each week they think will be hot or have long-term legs. Their insight is good for new and seasoned collectors alike. With that said, be smart and focus more on the fun part. 90% of comics don't go up in value. That's been our little secret, but that's okay. Read the comics for fun and sell if a book gets hot. Oh, and be warned, Kyle either lives with the monkey from Outbreak or licks doorknobs because he is sick every other week. Drew somehow soldiers on without his co-host. Nevertheless, of course I'm kidding, but seriously, the man needs a vitamin C drip. Yes, my immune system is constantly overwhelmed and under attack, and I have 3 outbreak monkeys running around this house, constantly bringing me every infection within the known universe.
And true story, I had Kyle and his outbreak monkeys for Thanksgiving at my house and have been sick ever since. Yeah. So I'm going on day 6 of Typhoid Kyle, as we like to call him.
That's right. And this you hear right here is a pile of cherry-flavored cough drops in front of me, so I'm going to do my best to attempt to say lozenged, if that's a word.
Does our family genetics just not have any immune system in it? Is that what it is?
I work with the GP and 3 kids, and I'm relatively out of shape and don't really eat right and read too many comics, so I'm really, pick a winner there, honestly. It's a wonder I'm alive.
That's awesome. Jason sends us some sad news from Hawaii.
Oh, no.
Maui's Comics and Collectibles is going to be closing at the end of the year. Ika, the owner, is a very cool guy. I think both you and Kyle would like him. I'm hoping that maybe sometime in the future he gets to open up another shop in Maui. That is a bummer. We hate it when comic shops close. It is a bummer. And,
we understand sometimes it's a tough market, and, sometimes the more and more things go to digital and some other ways, and the more and more books are siphoned into the Walmarts of the world. It's unfortunate because as much as we give some of our LCSs around here crap, we love them, and we hope for the best for them.
Definitely. What's the most comics you've ever read in one day? When you've been on a roll and just couldn't stop reading? Let's see. I once read 48 issues of Walking Dead.
I did this. I was going to say the first omnibus of Walking Dead I blew through in the first day.
And then I couldn't keep my eyes open anymore and fell asleep. And as soon as I woke up, I started reading it again, reading the next omnibus. So probably 48 would be my max.
And I'll bet I did 30 Why the Last Man in one day as well.
Oh,
when I was blitzing through that late. Yeah. I was addicted. I had some toothpicks jammed in my eyelids, just keeping the eyes open because I didn't want to stop reading that book.
Yeah, that's a good one too. I mean, that one was a tough one to pick up. For the most part, I probably read. I always read one. Mm-hmm. Unless I'm like blackout, blotto drunk or something, and I just hit the bed and pass out. But I always read at least one, no matter how tired I am. Even after podcasting, and I'm up way past my bedtime, I'll read at least one. But usually I'm like right around the 4 to 5 range a day. Sometimes more, sometimes less, but I hardly ever get into double digits. that was a rarity.
Yeah, I'm 3 to 5 usually.
Yeah.
Time.
Yeah, that's pretty much no more than that in one day. Wish I could squeeze more time in, but
Yeah,
I just
no doubt.
I just can't. Wolf Warner asks or says DC Nation number 0 contains the first appearance of Ms. Robinson Goode, who plays a very important role in Action Comics 1005. Hint, hint, it has to do with the color red. 25-cent books that end up becoming keys are a comic collector's dream.
Oh, I love that kind of thing.
Yeah, because I got a stack of those bad boys. Most of mine are Cowabungas, though.
Yeah.
Cowabunga imprints, so hopefully that's even cooler.
There you go.
So we'll take that for sure. We got the coverprice.com top 10 for the week. If you remember, it's covrprice.com. It's this cool little site that one of our listeners hooked us up with, and it has a wealth of information. And this week's top 10 is all about Dead Rabbit. If you recall, Dead Rabbit was recalled by Image, and there was a copyright infringement on the name. So the cover A selling for about an average of $18, which is pretty nice. 400% increase there. Even the second issue selling for $15 on average, which is also good. There's an incentive variant for 2 selling for $25 or so, and an incentive variant for number 1 that's in the 30s. So any Dead Rabbits that still say Dead Rabbit on the cover or on the shelves anywhere, it looks to me like you can't go wrong. It's a no-brainer. So walk into an LCS, scan the shelves. If there's anything that says Dead Rabbit on it, I don't even think you have to even worry about it. Just pick them up because they're doing really well. Also doing really well still is that Conspiracy Illuminati from Zenoscope. That book's selling close to $30 still, selling well. And that's just it's kind of a cool cover, but that can't be it. This must be a lower print run, I'm guessing. Another book that's heating up is Ultimate Fallout 4, because of that Spider-Man Miles Morales animated movie that's launching soon. It's selling for $40 raw, which is pretty good, and I can't imagine it cost anything. You could probably find that in dollar bins at some point. They've highlighted Immortal Hulk number 2 for the first appearance of Dr. Fry. I'm enjoying this new Immortal Hulk run. It's kind of fun. It's the best Al Ewing I've ever read. And this issue of Immortal Hulk is selling on average $17. That's a good one. There's some heat behind Middle West, the Scotty Young book, but mostly for the 1 in 20 variant.
Yeah, I talked about that last week.
Yeah, which is selling about $70. So that's pretty good. And of course, The Damned, still a hot one, still selling well, still selling in the $50 to $60 range, depending on which A or B cover it is. So, really a cool site. It's nice that they aggregate that for you. Just check out what's going on that week before you head out to your LCS, and just see if there's anything still on the shelves that you could make a little money on. It's kind of an easy no-brainer.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. You don't have to listen to us if you don't want to. You just get to go to that site.
Wait,
although
what?
you'd miss out on our witty banter. Hey Kyle, we both like Robert Kirkman a lot.
We do.
He's got a new show coming, and his new show is called 5 Year or Year 5, something like that. And it's a pre-apocalyptic tale set in a 5-year period before a massive meteor strikes the Earth. Now, you might think that sounds kind of familiar, cliched maybe. You've heard it before, stuff like that. Well, here's the twist. It's going to be taking place in different countries all over the world. So it's going to be simultaneously. There'll be five. The same season will be occurring in 5 different countries. So, or regions. It'll be one here, of course. Korea, the UK, Latin America, Germany, India, Russia, China. That'll be occurring in all these different places. And the thing is, they'll be cast with people from those countries, and they'll be having their own storylines simultaneously that are all around the same central plot, but by different actors telling the story, which is kind of pretty ambitious, right? And
is this be based on a comic he's written?
I don't. No, it's not.
Then
no,
I don't care.
You don't care?
No.
I think that,
how dare he not do a comic first? How dare this not be based on a comic property?
Well, maybe it will. Maybe it'll drop like Die Die Die. I mean, just never know.
True.
I think that sounds kind of neat, and then I guess they're all going to like intertwine and stuff. But you won't be able to see the other ones in the other countries. I wouldn't think because they're not in your country. But still, it's kind of unique and cool and
get
ambitious.
yourself a DNS and change your location.
Oh yeah, I guess you could do that. That's true. The great Denny O'Neil, comic creator, will be honored for pursuing causes of peace and justice at the Presidential Library, December 7th and 8th. Denny O'Neil will be honored for his lifetime of achievements in pursuing causes of peace and justice during an appearance at the Jimmy Carter Presidential Library in Atlanta. Good for him. Now, he's the dude. Denny O'Neil's the dude that had Bucky shooting up heroin, right? Way back.
Yeah, that sounds right, yeah.
He was like the first to kind of take on real world issues and stuff. That's kind of cool.
And challenge the comic book code.
Yeah, definitely. That's pretty awesome. We got a new FOC hot off the presses from Eric at Cowabunga. So we should probably take a gander at that, see what's hot.
There you go. Of course, Drew and myself like to go into the FOC. FOC, of course, stands for the final order cutoff. This is your last opportunity to order a book that you did not order within the previous catalog. These books are roughly a month out, and you have the opportunity to, your LCS has the opportunity, I should say, to order these books to come in as they would any other book. So you get another bite at the apple, so you don't have to go chasing things on a secondary market or getting a second print and whatnot. So Drew and myself like to just kind of peruse through that and see if anything has a little bit better fire for us now than it did during previews, or if maybe the market's changed on some stuff. Of course, Eric also in his email that you can get on his email list, no problem at all. He's featured a few items that his customers essentially have either added to or are looking forward to, and he usually also features a collected edition. So the first one that he's showing us is Batgirl number 30, the cover B Joshua Middleton with a really cool Batgirl cover on that one. Very unique. I very much like that one. Marvel Action Avengers number 1, the Samariva, John Samariva. I don't know if that's the cover A or B on that one, but a $2 looks like all ages version of the Marvel Action Avengers. There is the Babs Tar cover B of Unnatural number 6. And of course, Conan the Barbarian number 1. There is a Adi Granov 1 in 50 variant that he's showing us and telling us that we can contact Cowabunga Comics and get that deep discount on things, even up to 1 in 50.
Nice. Now, what do we think? What do we think is good?
Yeah.
Anything in Dark Horse here?
No. Did we?
No.
I don't even remember what LaGuardia 1 was.
Yeah, I remember that vaguely. I don't know if we were blown away by it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got nothing, unfortunately, it looks like in Dark Horse, sir. We've talked about quite extensively about Stranger Things, and it, unfortunately, missing the mark and just being a little too late for us.
Yes, definitely.
All right, DC Comics. We talked about Red Cloud and Action 105, and I'm assuming we'll catch her a little bit more in Action 106 here, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Could still be pretty cool. Glancing down here. This detective is still... this is the lead up, right? This is still the Tomasi stuff. So this is the second of the Tomasis, and that B cover by Mark Brooks is amazing. It's a really, really nice cover. And a Virgin cover of that would be sweet, but I'm sure they're going to cover that up with DC stuff.
Yeah,
that's really nice.
Even at this juncture, we're not getting a look at the Batman Beyond issue 27 variant. It is a Dave Johnson variant, but we've had a lot of cool Joker run stuff on that, and some really, really sought after Joker covers with some of these Batman Beyond issues. So be on the lookout for that cover B. We unfortunately don't know what it looks like yet, but it may be something worth taking a shot at.
Now, have they been spiking?
Yes.
Oh, like triple cover type of thing, or
some are getting up to that? Yes.
Oh, nice. A nice Philip Tan Titans cover B. I'm sure a nice Frizen. Yes, of course, another nice Frizen Wonder Woman.
All right, sir. Anything else in DC?
No, I don't think so.
Just a small handful of things from IDW, but nothing that I feel like I need. We talked for a second about Action Avengers here. Here we can learn a little bit more of it. Matthew Manning writing it, and John Samariva on the art for that. A new era of all-out Avengers action begins. A new team is transformed to battle a mega-sized threat that is wider and wilder than any of the superheroes have met before. So, I'm not sure why, but Marvel is lending IDW the ability to do their all-ages Marvel comics.
I'm still not 100% sure why they do this, but and don't just do these themselves, but it's weird, right?
Yes.
It is the last chance for me to get that barrier. If you're done with IDW, this is the last chance for me to get that barrier slipcase for my barrier issues. I've been toying with this, whether to do that or not.
Yeah, $6 gonna kill you, homie?
It's not. I don't know if it's gonna help me sell it, or if I'm gonna keep it. I don't know what I'm doing with it yet, so I gotta figure this out by noon on Monday.
Limited edition slipcase.
Yeah, well, they said the same thing about what the Saga hardcovers.
Yeah, no doubt.
Private Eye hardcover, and then they're offered all the time.
Midwest #1 going to a second print. That's cool.
And does it have a different cover? Can you tell?
It does. A Scotty Young second cover on that one.
Oh,
that's
probably
something
worth it
to reach for. Absolutely.
That's probably worth the effort. So if I'm gonna order that, I might as well get the slipcase while I'm doing it.
Yeah. I'm gonna want probably a copy of that Midwest B.
Okay.
Paper Girls Deluxe Volume 2. So we've talked a few things about.
Now hardcovers collect 2 trades, right?
This is going to be issues 11 through 20. So exactly, with exclusive bonus material and an all new wraparound cover. So we've talked a few things about BKV here, so I thought I'd feature that.
It's really weird to see Walking Dead without any Sienkiewicz covers now.
Yeah, he's saving some money.
Just a regular old Walking Dead.
Can Rick Grimes bring peace to the Commonwealth, or will he tear it apart?
Or will he ride off on a frickin' helicopter? Oh, sorry. You haven't seen the episode yet.
To be continued. Anything else in Arrow? That's all in Image. I'm going to head on down to Marvel, if you don't mind, sir.
Okay.
Champions #1. Do I care?
It's a fun series. This is a needless reboot. There's no reason to. It's still Jim Zub.
Yep.
There's no reason to go renumber it
Nope.
except it's the Marvel way.
Correct.
So that stuff makes me mad. So I'll probably stay away from like going on getting any of these extra covers or anything.
Holy Conan the Barbarian. He's back.
People are excited.
Jason Aaron writing Conan.
Yeah, people are excited about this.
Okay. I'm going to clear a throat and I'm going to read this solicit real quick. By Crom, the greatest sword and sorcery hero returns to Marvel. For an age undreamed, hither came... Oh, gosh, it's going to be written like this. Oh, no. Hither came Conan the Cimmerian, black-haired, Selenine, sword in hand, a thief, a reaver, a slayer, with gigantic melancholies and gigantic mirth. Oh, it's not even in English. I can't do this. Sorry.
Abort.
Yes.
Abort.
Oh, I've made horrible things.
Okay, so would you read that? From the solicit, you don't have to read it out loud, of course. When you read the comic,
I know Jason Aaron from his Thor run isn't going to write like that, but I would not read the solicit. That's awful.
Yeah. But are you interested in this book?
Yeah, I'm gonna dip in just because it's Jason Aaron. Had this been anybody else, and a cover by Esad Ribic, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And also a cover by every other artist ever.
Yeah, I was like, oh, a Sienkiewicz cover. It's $450. Wow. It's nice, but
Yeah, it is nice. Scotty Young does Conan. That's cool.
now there's 3-second prints of Daredevil, 609, 610, and 611. Now this is the Death of Daredevil storyline.
Correct.
Written by Charles Soule. This is his swan song on the way out. 612 is out this week, I believe.
Yep. Just came
Last
out.
week.
Came out last week.
And then Zdarsky's taking over. So a lot of interest in Daredevil on this last arc. So maybe it's something to pick up and trade. Check out maybe.
There you go. And while we passed Conan, of course, if you want any of these big ratio versions, reach out to Cowabunga because it looks like they're going pretty heavy on it. And also, a lot of these Conan books are featured in the 2 Comics for Fun and Profit bundles available as well.
Which may or may not be still available.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The time may or may not have passed. But
yeah, this is probably the last chance. So, yeah, if you wanted any of those, this would probably be it. Because if we're FOCing them now, the pieces of them, and I think this is probably the first one we've seen an individual on. And so, yeah, that bundle's probably... Monday would probably be the drop dead date for you to get those. And it still might be too late, but you can get individual pieces now through Cowabunga.
and there's
Now,
go ahead.
is Man Without Fear, is that the one that's like going to be every week?
Yes.
Jed McKay, Danilo Bayroth, and Kyle Hotz. Huh. Don't know those people at all.
So it looks like Foggy Nelson issue 1, Defenders issue 2, Matt
Yeah.
Murdock issue 3, Kingpin issue 4, Guardian Devil issue 5.
And are they coming out every week? They are, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. We got Marvel Knights 20th anniversary series, the 6-issue miniseries. I've been enjoying this. It's pretty good. But it's Donny Cates and Matt Rosenberg, so they're all over Marvel. So it's kind of cool when they're teaming up for this. We got Marvel Tales, featuring Fantastic Four. This is Stan Lee and John Byrne doing the writing, Jack Kirby and John Byrne on art, and Jen Partel doing the cover. So I'm guessing this is previously available material.
Yeah, and it looks like they're trying to get $8 a piece out of these ones.
Okay, now we've got Star Wars AOR. Help me with that. What does that mean?
Oh, shoot. I knew, and now I don't.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, #1.
Mm-hmm.
AOR. Not sure. Is it on the cover?
Age of Rebellion.
Age of Rebellion. Okay.
Yeah. So these are, I think, one-offs.
And these take place somewhere between the prequels and the regular stories, the regular
Let's see.
movies.
To solicit for this one is the early days of Obi-Wan Kenobi, Jedi Knight. Following the wishes of his master, Obi-Wan Kenobi has taken on Anakin Skywalker as an apprentice. Will his mission alongside his young Padawan bring them closer together or sow the seeds that will drive them apart? And who else is after the ancient holocron that they seek?
Interesting. We're up to solicitations for Uncanny X-Men #8. Have you been enjoying those at all? Did you even check out that long first issue?
Nope.
Had to be 60 some pages at least. It was so long. Oh, they're actually adapting the Wolverine Long Night podcast.
Huh. Turning it into a 5-issue.
Yeah, it was a scripted podcast, and I never did listen to it.
Yeah.
At first, it was you had to pay for it, and then they started releasing them for free after they had got the paywall people to pay, and now they're adapting it as a comic. I think that's probably where I'll stick with it. I'll probably just read it as a comic now, and then maybe go check out the podcast.
There you go.
Venom 8 goes to a second printing. And I'm not sure. That doesn't look like the regular cover, but it might have been one of the variant covers.
Yeah.
Of course, Stegman, I think he always cranks out an extra cover for you on those. They do pretty well with those. Now, do we think that the 3D Uncanny X-Men will do anything because of its 3D nature?
It looks kind of
with
neat, but at $8, no.
No.
Yeah, probably not. I was looking at it. It's a neat little cover, but I don't think it's anything too special.
And it's just the cover that's 3D, not the insides?
Yeah. And we don't even get to see who the action figure variant is on Uncanny either.
I think that's all I had in Marvel.
Yep. Nothing for me in Boom either.
Nothing in Boom.
Nothing in Dynamite.
Nope.
Action Labs with some Black Betty.
I'm reading some of this stuff from Aftershock and Lion Forge, but nothing's jumping out at me as something I need to point out. That looks... What's Stabity Ever After?
Where's that at?
That's a second from the last comic. Is this Stabity Bunny? This alternate reality version of Stabity Bunny takes place nowhere near the world of the regular series. This is for those who crave unbridled mayhem and long to see the ultimate bunny fury unleashed. Stabity takes on the fairyland inhabitants who stand in his way as he fights to rescue Grace from an evil sorcerer.
Huh.
No profanity, no sexual situations. It's a mixture of humor and extreme cartoony violence for the fans that need more Stabity goodness in their lives. Brought to you by the talents of Richard Rivera and Ryan Kincaid. Be sure to get on the ground floor of this epic offering. Well, Kyle, as our resident Stabity bunny expert and first to the table on the value of Stabity. What do you think about this?
I say yes.
Okay.
The more Stabity, the better.
All right. I'm not going to eat my hat this time. I will trust your judgment.
There you go. That's all I've got in the FOC, sir.
All righty. Let's head on over to our sneak peek then.
Yeah, it's going over to previewsworld.com. Let's find new releases. Let's find December 5th, 2018. Click on that table view because I can't do gallery view. I get confused. And Drew, let's start where we love to start. Let's start with Image.
See, we got a Hero Initiative variant of Blackbird number 3. If you're collecting those. We've got the new Kieran Gillen Die. Not to be confused with Die. This is just Die.
Mm-hmm.
And this time he's not with Jamie McKelvey. He's with Stephanie Hans on this book.
We do have Jamie McKelvey helping out on the cover B.
Oh, gotcha. Freeze number 1 is a new book by Dan Wickline with art by Phil Sevey. The entire human population is frozen by mysterious global event, all except Ray. I believe we've highlighted this once in a FOC, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with the fate of the world in his hands, he must figure out what's going on, how to set things right again, and answer the question: does everyone deserve to be saved? No variant covers, just the one. So, might be worth picking up.
And in exactly the opposite world of that, we have Prodigy number 1 with many covers. Of course, Mark Millar writing this one, Raphael Albuquerque on the art. Edson Crane's not content being the world's smartest man and most successful businessman. His brilliant mind needs to be constantly challenged. He's a Nobel Prize-winning scientist, genius composer, Olympic athlete, and expert in the occult. And now international governments are calling on him to fix problems they just can't handle.
And I went heavy on the Frank Quitely cover, F. But now that I'm looking at these interconnected Albuquerques, the 3 interconnected Albuquerques probably would have been a way to go. Those are really nice.
Yeah.
And those are pretty sweet. But yeah, I went cover A and cover F, Frank Quitely. And you know this is going to be optioned as something through some Netflix deal or something. So get in while it's hot because everything he touches turns to some kind of property.
Yep. We talked a bit on the FOC a few weeks ago about Self-Made number 1 by Matt Groom and Eduardo Ferrigato on art. Kyle Higgins in his debut editorial role on this as well.
Okay.
Interesting.
This is a second to last, the penultimate Sienkiewicz cover. And this is a Negan cover for Walking Dead 186.
People going to want that one.
Yeah. The solicit reads, the powder keg, once it goes off, it can't be contained. We also have a Wicked and Divine 40 Hero Initiative variant. So if you are gathering those, there's a chance to get that one as well.
All right, let's head on down to Dark Horse, where my question has been answered. We don't know anything about LaGuardia number 1 because it comes out next week. Set in an alternative world where aliens have come to Earth and Integrated with society, LaGuardia revolves around a pregnant Nigerian-American doctor, future Nwafor Chiwibuku, who has just returned to NYC under mysterious conditions, smuggling illegal alien plant named the Let Me Live. Huh, intriguing.
You know what I like about the way you pronounce things?
Yes.
You do the same thing I do. You pronounce them with authority, even though you know you're probably wrong.
Absolutely. But it's he's obviously heard that somewhere.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pronounce it the way I think it'll be pronounced, and I'm not going to question whether I'm right or not. Of course I'm right.
And I'm not
That's the way to do it.
Apologize for butchering, but I do apologize for butchering.
Exactly. That's the way to do it.
And we'd have moved right on had Drew not stopped everything to point out that I'm most likely incorrect.
No, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows with a name like that? Unless it's your name, you're not going to be able to pronounce that right.
But that's all I have in Dark Horse, sir.
No. We have Lodger number 2 from IDW, and this is the David Lapham book. I'm a big fan of his Stray Bullets work, and I was listening to a clip over on Comic Book Page Preview Spotlight from a listener who likes Lodger as well, and I had a little trouble with it. I was a little confused with the first issue, and he said that the person narrating the book is not the main character, although you think it is. So if you go through knowing that it's not the main character who's narrating it, it's somebody else who I can't spoil it to tell you who it might be, then it's an easier way to read it. So I have to go back and read Lodger the first issue again, or say shame on you for making your comic book too confusing for me and not read it again.
You know what? The Sixth Sense just would not have worked as a comic.
No, that's true. That's true.
Drew, we have... Oops, I just clicked off of everything. Oh, there we are. The Rick and Morty Dungeons and Dragons, cover B. We, of course, have Beth as a cleric on her game sheet. You and I are, of course, trying to find all of the cover Bs for that, to have all of the character sheets for that 4-issue series.
Right. And hopefully we've ordered those.
Yes.
I think that's all I had from IDW.
Down to DC.
Adventures of Super Sons, still fun before they mess up these characters and change them all. I think they're going to change John Kent for some reason.
Is he going to change his name too?
I think he's going to get older.
It's going to be Jay.
Yeah, maybe something like that. Is that a Matina B cover for Batman 60?
Yep.
Yeah, it's very nice. Doomsday Clock sighting. Remember what's going on in that? I don't.
Martian Manhunter. I really like the Joshua Middleton cover C.
Oh, really?
I do.
Let me take a look at that. Oh, nice.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Nightwing 54. Yasmin Putri. Really nice looking cover B. That's awesome. Very, very much a takeoff of the cover she did for Red Hood, but I like it.
The Jai Lee Justice League 13 cover B is great.
Yes, it are.
Really great.
And Yasmin Putri on the cover B for Red Hood and the Outlaws 29 as well. A really nice Red Hood with Batwoman cover.
Well, Shazam's been going a long time. Jeff Johns is doing the writing. Dale Eaglesham doing the artistry. They're putting something into this. I do not know that much about the character, but this could be good, right?
Yeah, I went in on it. I like it. I'm in.
This is his first book in 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, in comics, they rotate through these guys, and Moon Knight gets what, 8 series? A lot of bites at the apple there, but Yeah, Shazam's been gone a long time. So
We got a movie coming up. Let's get a comic property brewing, and why not just put Jeff on it, man? I mean,
yeah,
just look at what he did for the new 52 Aquaman. Let's get something like that going.
yeah, yeah. It's good. Look, both covers look really nice. So Eaglesham's no joke. Is he doing the covers? I don't even know if he's doing the covers.
He's not on the cover of. Well, he's not on the variant. I don't know if he's on the A. Yep, he's on the cover A.
Cover A, which is very nice.
Yes, indeed. All right, that's all I got in DC, sir.
All right. Defender stuff with Immortal Hulk and Namor. I'm sitting all that stuff out.
Did you call him Namor?
Namor.
There you go.
Say it like you mean it.
That's true.
Like you know how to pronounce it.
Yep, my apologies.
Killmonger. Since you, that's probably going to be your pick since you were a Shuri guy. I'm guessing Killmonger will be your pick this time.
I do enjoy Killmonger, but no, I'm not as high on that as I am on Shuri.
Merry X-Men Holiday Special. 25 holiday tales of merry mutants. One for each day of December through December 25th. Yeah, I guess it's not every day of December.
And this is the one that we talked about, part of it being, at least one of the stories being written by Charlemagne the God.
Oh, that's right. That's right. They're what are they, like 2-page stories?
Yeah.
1-page stories?
Better be.
There's 20.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a $5 book, so obviously there's not a lot of pages because Marvel would have definitely taken the ability to charge us a lot more.
Yeah, it'd have been an $8 one if it was like 80 pages or something. Qui-Gon. Okay, this is Star Wars
Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon Age
Jinn.
Republic. Qui-Gon Jinn. Is that which one
Liam
was he?
Neeson.
Liam Neeson. Thank you.
Written by Jody Houser. Considered one of the greatest Jedi Knights, or the one who led them to their doom. Maverick Qui-Gon Jinn is one of Star Wars' most controversial heroes. Or if you're Drew, you don't even know who he is. The Jedi Master is known to bend the rules, and it's gotten him into plenty of trouble with the Council. Now, in the face of a mission that goes awry, he's forced to confront his conflicting beliefs. What will Qui-Gon uncover about his loyalty to the Jedis versus his loyalty to the Force? Guest starring Master Yoda.
Now, I consider myself a Star Wars fan, and I guess I'm a Star Wars movie fan, and not even that much of a fan because I can't remember who the characters are. So I think I am because I like them all, but I guess I'm just a poser.
There's a lot of them, and there's a lot of things that are no longer canonical and stuff like that. But Qui-Gon, I like because I'm a big Darth Maul fan, and of course they're both in Phantom Menace. He's a good character. It's an interesting story. It's interesting to now see. This will be one of the first offshoot takes on Qui-Gon that is canonical again.
Oh, gotcha. Kyle, I'm going to need your help. I can't stop reading West Coast Avengers, and it's terrible. It's just terrible.
We're on issue 5.
Yeah.
So you're reading the 2 Hawkeyes and all that.
Yeah.
Double
Quentin
Hawkeyes,
Quire.
American Chavez, Quentin Quire, Gwenpool. I do like Gwenpool.
Gwenpool and Quentin Quire are making out in the last. Making out.
Oh, snap.
And I was like, what is going on? What am I reading? What am I doing?
Now, does it come with a little poster that you can hang up on your wall and fangirl out on?
I don't think so, no. No, it's not great.
There you go.
That's
Winter Soldier #1. Kyle Higgins.
I missed that one.
So this is Kyle Higgins from Nightwing and Power Rangers and Cal and stuff. Let's see if he can give Winter Soldier the Nightwing treatment here.
Oh, you mean really super boring?
You shut your filthy mouth.
So the Kyle Higgins run is the run of Nightwing that you point to as, oh, you got to read this.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I very much enjoyed that. Especially the first few they crossed over with Court of Owls. It was quite well done. I am a fan.
I don't think you are. I'm going to tell you how you feel.
Okay, please.
Now that's all I had for Marvel.
Okay.
Dynamite, I'm excited about Hack Slash versus Chaos. This Hack Slash Resurrection was really good. And now Tim Seeley's coming back to do this one. We'll see how it is. I'm excited about it.
We, of course, like the Seeley cover. We're big fans of Seeley because of the original art piece that says, Drew, you suck, by Tim Seeley.
We're not fans of that.
Oh, okay.
We're not fans of that.
Sorry. Drew, can I interest you in paying $90 for Mars Attack #1 remastered cover?
No.
Remarked cover. I'm sorry. Okay, just check.
No. Unless it's remarked with Drew, you suck.
There you go.
Then maybe.
Boom Studios. Let's talk Wizard Beach #1. Sean Simon on writing. Connor Nolan on art. When Hexley Daggard Ragbottom sets off to find his uncle Salazar, he expects to find the most powerful wizard of the modern age. Instead, he finds Uncle Sally only wants to kick back, relax, and stay clear of any kind of wizard politics. So how is to become a great wizard if all the adults are too lazy to teach him?
This was a C4FAP bundle a few months ago, so
I like it.
It was in there. So now it's out. As we slide to the back
check out
half.
some of our smaller publishers: our Archies, our Aftershocks, our Lion Forges, our Scouts.
Another Black AF series is starting up. This one's called Devil's Die.
Breakneck #1 of 4. It's off the Hard Case Crime imprint of Titan Comics.
Yay!
Dwayne Swerinsky. There you go. So, crimey crime. $6 a pop.
Crime noir, can't beat it. Yeah, they price those a little high. What about Grumble #1? That's a Mike Norton book. At least he's doing the art on it. Rafer Roberts is doing the writing. This is from Albatross Funny Books. Small imprint. When the forces of good and evil are hunting you down, the only logical thing to do is disguise yourself as a dog and go on the run. Eddie is a low-rent hustler who got magically turned into a pug during a con gone wrong. Yeah, Mike Norton, of course.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Big into pugs. Like, he's a pug guy.
Nice #1 from American Gothic Press by Dagan Walker and Joseph Etner on writing and Mark Renee doing the art. It's a nice day for a murder. American Gothic Press's first series collaboration with Echo Lake Entertainment begins here. Kevin and Jose are 20-something hipsters cruising through life in a fancy car, drinking at bars and chatting about nothing, except when their mysterious employer sends them on errands that may involve killing people. More often, they're expected to just clean up after the excitement is over. But a deranged cop's personal investment in the organization they work for is about to change everything.
Now, I always got American Gothic Press and Antarctic Press confused and usually ignored them both.
Yeah.
Because I would always get them confused.
There you go. And this
that's
is
how
a
I misread.
4-issue series.
There is that Rag second printing of its first issue, which will probably spike pretty quickly. If you can find it on the shelf, that'd be one to grab. We've got Snap Flash Hustle #1. This is from Black Mask, written by Pat Shand with art and a cover by Emily Pearson. Haley Morey, a downtrodden alternative model, happens upon a secret society of elite models in NYC that are using their platforms to sell narcotics. Seeing a possible escape from a lifetime of crushing debt, Haley becomes involved and works her way up the ranks, making new alliances and enemies alike, while getting a taste of the power she never knew she craved. I think that might be interesting. I like all Black Mask #1s, and then wait patiently for the next issue.
Out.
And sometimes it never comes out. Going back to the well with Stargate, Atlantis Universe Anthology ongoing. It's a very long.
I enjoyed the Kurt Russell Stargate way back in the day, but that's where I stopped.
Yeah, me too.
There you go.
People are still mining that.
Anything else, Drew?
I'll get the... Nope. Just some good stuff.
This is the part of the podcast where I asked my brother Drew to go back through all the books we looked at that will be coming out this coming Wednesday and pick that one book that will defy those 90% odds, raise in price, and make Drew a little bit of money. Drew, what you got for me?
I'd say it's got to be Rag's second printing of issue 1. I don't know how prevalent that's going to be on the shelves, but that's definitely one you want to snag if you can find it.
Grab that one. I still think Wizard Beach #1 could be a fun little romp, and I say pick that thing up while you're running around. If you're like me and you're a fan of Nightwing, grab this Yasmin Putri cover B. Support solid art. And I will be jumping on Shazam #1 because I'm interested in reading that hardcore.
But you think it'll launch big?
Under the radar.
Or do you think it'll be under the radar
too?
Get lost.
And I really like
it's a good deal.
That Joshua Middleton Martian Manhunter. So while you're there, put one of those in your bag too. You'll want to have that.
So when I write the show notes, I
only
put the
picture of Martian
pick.
Manhunter cover C up because it's a good looking picture, and then put Nightwing cover B beside it.
Okay.
And then you can talk about whatever you picked, Rags.
Okay.
And then we can talk about Wizard Beach, and then we can just put a couple other things.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. Got my marching orders.
That's what I was saying. But I want to thank you for tagging along with Drew and myself through the What's Coming Out, the What's Coming Wednesday, the new things, the sneak peek at next week. We really appreciate it. So for Drew and for myself, see ya.